What's up, team? Finn here from Warrior Self, and today I have a great video for you guys going on our theme this week, which has been thoracic posture. Right? Actually, today I'm going to go over a great exercise to help you gain more control and also build more strength around your shoulder blades. Right? Getting the upper traps, the mid traps, the rhomboids, right? All the lower traps in there too. So we're going to hit all those muscles throughout that whole kind of, I'm pointing to my chest here, but I'm saying from the back, all those muscles throughout the upper back that control the shoulder blades, which are very, very good for posture, right? If those muscles are weak, they're overstretched, they're over tight, it's going to be very tough to sit up straight and pull your shoulders back, and then that posture is going to be really challenging to hold. All right, so I'm going to give you a nice little exercise here today that is going to help you not only build strength in those muscles, right? It can actually help relieve some of the tension and also give you more control over your shoulder blades, which will then allow you to not only just stand taller, but be able to hold that posture easier and more efficiently as well, right? Because that's ultimately what we want. We want to be able to hold these positions or hold this good posture effortlessly, right? If it takes a lot of, pain or strenuous type of activity to hold that posture, then it's not going to be helpful at all. All right, and we're also going to add in a stretch at the end to help open up the opposite areas, which would be through the chest and the shoulders, right after I show you the exercise. So the exercise that we're going to do is called a forearm push-up or an elbow push-up. There's a couple different names out there for it. I call it a forearm push-up. Basically, you're going to start in a plank position, and the whole point is to then fold your shoulder blades in so that they're trying to touch, and then push them apart. All right, I'm actually going to demonstrate it for you guys here. That's why I'm actually sitting down here on the floor today. But the biggest thing I want you to remember is it doesn't matter if you're on your toes or your knees, right? It's just like if you're doing a normal plank. All right, so actually have the added bonus is that this is going to work your abs as you do it too, which is always good. Everyone wants to work their abs more, right? Nobody doesn't like having abs. So we'll work our abs in this as well, but I want you to put your main focus on the shoulder blades. Now, the biggest way to make sure that you're hitting those muscles, it's the intention you put into the exercise. All right, you don't focus on anything else besides the shoulder blades and all the muscles around it. Right? You might even feel a little bit through your rear delts all the way across into the center of your back. All right, so how we set up, let me just adjust the camera here so that you can see the floor, and I'm going to go from there. So, as we're here, I'm coming onto my forearms, right, as so getting into that plank position. All right, like I said, you can be either on your toes, you can be on your knees, it doesn't matter. All depends on where you're at and how easily you can hold this position. Now, once I'm here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shoulder blades and I'm going to pull them together. Right? The more I pull them together, the better. And then I push them apart. Pull them together, push them apart. And you just keep going. Now, the nice thing with this movement is that it's fairly simple to do, but it's really efficient and it's really, really good and helpful to build the strength through that upper back. Also, if you have any knots or tension or anything, just like how a physical therapist would have you work out the muscle to help loosen it up and to get blood to it, this is going to do the same exact thing. I tend to hold a lot of stress and tension in my upper traps. So I like to do this exercise a lot just to alleviate that tension and to make it so that, well, it relaxes everything too, and it makes me feel a lot better, and I can stand up taller just a little bit easier. And it's very common for a lot of people to hold a lot of tension in their shoulders, and they lift their shoulders up, and it's like you got no neck. Right? And then you get headaches, you get extra tension in your neck, it becomes pain through the shoulders sometimes. It can then just kind of grow and grow and grow. It's like a virus, right? It's like a muscle virus. It'll spread everywhere because one little spot started it. Now, as you're performing this exercise, one thing I want you to also make sure of is that you're keeping your shoulder blades tucked down. So as I'm pulling them together and then pushing them apart, I'm trying to push them apart and down at the same time. That way, it's not going to go up into my neck. Right? Those of you who have a lot of tension in your traps and your neck, if you start to push them away and you're up here, it's all going to go right up to the back of your neck, and it's only going to make the pain worse. So be sure that you're keeping your shoulder blades down. And it's going to take some conscious effort to do that, and you may want to start on your knees for that one just to make the exercise a little bit easier to ensure that you're not going to have that pain. All right. I always say quality over quantity. I don't care if you're doing 100 or 10. If you're doing them well, then it's a benefit. If you're doing them wrong and you're not doing them correctly, then it's not going to do much for you at all. All right. I could do 100 of these bad or 10 of these good or excellent. If I'm doing excellent form and I do only 10 reps, I'm going to get a way better benefit or way more benefit out of the exercise than if I did 100 bad or poor ones, which can either hurt me or it's just going to be useless because it's not going to do anything. Right, so always make sure that you're using proper form and it's quality over quantity. Right. Now the last piece of today is a stretch to help open up the pecs and the shoulders, particularly the shoulders, right? The muscles through the anterior delts. Those tend to be incredibly tight on most people. Right? Think like you're trying to touch your hands behind your back. Right? Can you touch your hands behind your back? Can you do it without really slumping forward? Right? Can you do it while you're sitting up straight or standing straight? Well, most people can't. Right? Their anterior delts are extremely tight, as well as the pecs. So we're going to work on an exercise for that. Now that we have more control over the shoulder blades, we're going to use that as we go through. So again, I'm going to adjust the camera here and have you guys watch here. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to put them with my fingers pointing towards me on the floor, about shoulder width apart. You really don't want to go any further apart than that. You don't really need to go any closer either. Now from here, I'm going to lift my chest and pull my shoulder blades back. This is the starting position, and you want to keep this the whole way through. So your back is straight, you're not tucked in. Keep it straight. From here, slide your butt forward. And that's it. You can bend your elbows to help increase the stretch, as long as you're not curling in, because this isn't doing much of anything. I got to keep my shoulder blades together, my back straight, and then bend my elbows in. And hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds. And then you come on back. All right, and that is a great stretch for the shoulders and the pecs. Again, you feel it more through the shoulders than anything else, but that is the focus of the stretch. As you're doing that, you can even think like you're trying to touch your elbows together. I mean, of course, they're not going to. That'd be probably impossible at this point. But you want to bring your elbows together with your shoulder blades. It's going to help just really, really stretch through the shoulders, and it's going to make sure that you're not stretching any of the tendons or ligaments or hurting the capsule of the shoulder at all, which is, of course, very important. All right, so we have the elbow push-ups, gaining control over the thoracic part of our back, right through the traps, the rhomboids, everything around the shoulder blades. And then we have the, I guess we can call it the seated shoulder stretch for the stretching of the front. And again, as long as you have more control over your shoulder blades and really pull them together, that'll help that stretch be that much better. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Right? So I challenge you guys to actually go out and try these exercises. Right, for the forearm push-ups, you could do anywhere between, I recommend anywhere from 4 to 8 sets of about 20 reps. Right, I know it sounds like a lot, but these muscles, they don't fatigue as quickly, and also the more you do it, the more control you get over those, and then the better you'll be able to stand, and the more strength you'll have in those areas. So 4 to 8 sets of up to 20 reps is what I would recommend for that. And then on the shoulder stretch, I recommend at least 1 to 3 sets of anywhere from 30 to 60-second holds. Make sure you're breathing deeply and you're relaxing, especially through the shoulders, to help those muscles stretch a little bit further, and it will help relieve some of the discomfort of the stretch. All right, so again, that is the end of this video. All right, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join our newsletter. There's a little box here in the corner. Feel free to join that. You can get a little additional information on the videos and what we do here at Warrior Self. Other than that, I will talk to you guys later. So this is Finn from Warrior Self.